Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm just going to run you through some things that make me feel better about myself. I think that's a really good way of phrasing it, like products that I use that are all designed to sort of help me feel my best. So if you wanted to see what they are, then keep watching. So hi everyone, I hope you're all doing okay. I had this idea for this video a couple of weeks ago, and I think that it's definitely something where my focus lies more and more. If you're new to my channel, I'm Charlotte, I'm 34. And I mean, even saying that sometimes, can't believe I'm 34. When did that happen? But I have 3 children, and you know, they're not in the baby stage anymore, but I am quickly realizing that that doesn't mean I have any more time because I feel like some sort of mix between chauffeur and personal assistant, to be honest. Like, it's all about like their busy lives and their diaries, which like it should be. So clubs and lessons, like swimming lessons, friends, parties, get-togethers, school events. It's just manic, and I find now more than ever that, you know, I have to actively work on looking after myself. I have to actively work on doing things for me, which is probably one of the biggest like culture shocks when you become a parent, I think, because it's something that you would naturally do before you have kids, and then you have to sort of really make time to do it afterwards. And I do make time for myself, and there are a few things that I like to do, whether that's like certain actions that I take or products that I use, and that's kind of what this video is about. I'm also working in collaboration with a brand in this video, which you'll always know from the title, and this one got me really excited, and I am going to start with this product, but there's plenty of other things that I'm mentioning in this video, but I think, to be honest, you'll be really impressed with this one. Now, as you know, my 30s have brought about a point for me where I am far more invested in skincare than I ever have been. I believe this is probably a natural thing. Makeup always used to be my thing, and don't get me like wrong, I'm so passionate about makeup still, but my skincare is like, I've got to a point where I realise the importance of it more and more. I realise like how good it makes me feel. I love the routine of it in the evening, and I'm very passionate about it. I've actually done a video already of my skincare routine from a few months back, so I'll leave that down below, and you can see that in all of its glory. And I've also made a little reel quickly showing like how I get unready, if you would like to watch something a little bit shorter. But they'll both be linked below. If you've seen those videos though, or you've seen me talk about stuff before, you'll know that like while I'm very confident in sort of like my cleanser choices and using moisturizers, double cleansing, wearing SPF and all of that, one thing that really sends me into a bit of a tiz is using anything additional to that. So like acids, retinols, like niacinamide, all of this stuff. It's a minefield. Like, is anybody else with me on that? Because I find it so hard. I've tried so many products over the years, and I've just never managed to get that right. And to the point where I've caused irritation to my skin, I've caused breakouts to my skin, and I've wasted money, and I've just completely like backed away from it. But it's also been something that I've really wanted to focus on, because I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm getting older, and I am starting to notice changes in my skin, and I don't want to look younger, but I do want to look like the best version of me at any given opportunity. I guess at some point we're all going to get old, and I feel like if I do it gracefully and gradually, hopefully then it won't hit me quite so much when I'm hopefully the grand old age of 80 and I look 80. And I think looking our age is okay. Like, it's a reminder to me that I'm still here. I lived another day, and that those wrinkles were from laughing. and smiling and chatting to people that I love, or chatting to you. And that's the way I want to focus on it. But it doesn't necessarily mean that I want them to get loads of words. I do want to manage it. I do still want to feel good about myself and my skin. While I'm getting older, I'm still only 34 and I've got hopefully time on my side. So when this brand got in touch, I was as giddy as a kipper, because it was one of those lovely twists of fate, because I'd been looking on their website and thinking, I think I'm going to give it a go, and then I got the email and I was like, oh my gosh, this is a dream come true. I've seen so many good reviews, and while obviously you know, people do work with brands and stuff, I think a good review is a good review, and like from everybody else who have purchased it themselves and this, that and the other, I think it's a testament to how effective this is. And I bet you've already guessed, but it is Skin and Me. And honestly, I was so excited when this arrived. So basically, it is the next level of skincare, but chosen for you and for your skin, not like anybody else's skin. Like, this is for my skin. It even says Skin and Me for Charlotte. So it's not for you, it's not for anyone else, it's for me, and it's tailor-made. See what I did there? Charlotte Taylor. For me. So what you do, you go onto the Skin and Me website and you input your details. And this isn't just your name and age, it's a lot more detailed than that. So you obviously put in your you know, what you identify as, you put in your skin type. So not only your skin type in terms of oily, dry, combination, normal, and things like that, which we're all very used to, but how your skin is in the sun, what your skin tone is like, you'll input any issues, like how regularly you might suffer with certain problems. And it really goes into detail as well, like, are you breastfeeding? Are you pregnant? Do you use any medication for your skin already? Do you take any other medication? And you go through this questionnaire to help define what sort of issues you want to combat and what kind of products are best for your skin. So I've got to a stage with my skin where I've managed to combat my breakouts. I did have a lot of under the skin acne, which has cleared up. And I think that is due to choosing, you know, skincare products previously that work for me, but also age as well. I think I'm moving on to a different part of my skin journey, which is getting older. And as I mentioned before, I want to do that with grace and respect to myself. So I basically said that was my main skin goal. Another skin goal of mine is that while I don't have loads of spots, I do have quite large pores on my nose, and I have a very little nose, and sometimes I wish my pores would match. So I was hoping that I would get those kind of results and that it would really work for me. You also get a lot of advice in terms of application. So, and this is what I love, because I find these additional products just to be a minefield otherwise. So you use your normal skincare routine. So I do a double cleanse with an oil cleanser to remove any makeup and impurities and like dirt from my skin. Then I go in with a foaming cleanser to get any residual oil away or any, you know, stubborn dirt. And then I would typically use like a moisturizer and an eye cream. But this is really what was missing for me. So now I do the first steps, but instead of going on to my moisturizer, I apply this. Now, what is fantastic, I'm not going to do this now, but I will insert a cutaway of me doing this for you so you can see. But you twist the top until it clicks. It is dated at the top. Well, not dated, but there are so many days of the month. So it tells you where you're up to, how long you've been doing it for, how long is left. You apply this at night and you twist, twist, twist until it clicks, and the perfect dose will come out. Not too much to the point where you're wasting product, not too little where it's not effective. The perfect dose. That's the bit I like the best, because I know that I'm not like doing it wrong. I don't like doing things wrong. And then you apply that to your skin all over, massage it into your neck as well, and then ideally wait 10 minutes just to let that product sink into your skin, and then follow up with your moisturizer. So use a good one that you already really enjoy, and then I also put my eye cream on then as well, and sometimes a tanning serum, which is something I'm going to touch on actually. And I've already noticed, I've not been using it that long, and I think like that's something that I want to make clear. I'm not going to like sell you this like perfect dream, because I'm testing it and using it too, and I would definitely update if you would like me to. But I've already started noticing just my skin seems a bit glowier, and my skin texture is starting to smooth out as well. Like sometimes I would still have the occasional like lumps and bumps and bits under the skin that I wasn't pleased with, but it's very, very soft and very like, can you see? Obviously I've got makeup on, but it's just got a really nice texture to it, which I felt like I didn't quite have before. And as I was mentioning before about my nose, I do swear those pores have cleared up a little bit. It's hard to explain, but you know, like if you do get the odd blackhead, they have definitely, they seem like clearer to me. Obviously in terms of like lines and wrinkles, that's going to take some time. I understand that. And it's not like, it's a sensible product, not like a magic potion. But from the reviews of other people, maybe it is, I don't know, but time will tell. And I'm really excited actually, because I've been given a discount code for your tea. So I'll put this on screen now, and it means that you get your like daily dose to try for £3.50. And then if you like it, you can continue on with your subscription if skincare is your thing, or it's an area where you're struggling with a little bit. So that is the first product, and I'm obsessed. I love it when I get to use something like this. I just get so excited and I can just talk about it all day. But we're going to move on to other things now that make me really like happy or make me feel better. And the first two things are actually part of my routine. And the first one I'm going to talk about is getting up earlier than my children. Now, if you are watching with young babies or toddlers who have yet to establish a relatively solid sleeping pattern, or even older children, because that's normal, and like don't worry about it, you're not on your own. This obviously is going to sound insane and it's going to sound very unachievable, but with time comes changes with children, and with time comes new challenges. And thankfully, aside from the odd bug or like not feeling very well or the odd nightmare, sleep is no longer too much of a big challenge for me. Apart from when I have anxiety related insomnia, but I can't blame my children for that. So one thing that I have started doing, which made a huge difference to how I start my day, is getting up earlier than my children. So that would normally be, like my body clock seems to be doing it at the moment at 5:50. I don't know why that is, but I wake up for a wee and then I can't really settle and go back to sleep. So then I'll just come downstairs and get on with it. But sometimes it's a bit later, sometimes it's even a bit earlier. Just, you know, you never know really why your body does certain things, but mine likes me to get up early. And I will come down, and on a normal day, it just gives me that chance to get those morning jobs done without feeling so overwhelmed. I don't know about you, but when you wake up and you're tired, and you just sort of like trying to get out of that like sleep fog, and then you've got loads of stuff to think about already, because you've got to get the kids to school, you've got this on today, you've got work to catch up on, you've got this, that and the other to focus on. I get really overwhelmed, and when I'm overwhelmed, I become more like stressed, and then when I'm stressed, I get snappier or grumpier, or I find things harder and my focus goes. You know, we're only human, that happens. So I get up, I come down, I'll empty the dishwasher, I'll feed the dog, I'll feed the cats, I'll neaten up anything if there's anything that like might have been left out from the night before, and I will get their bags out, I'll lay the bags out, I'll like lay the school shoes out, I will lay coats out if we need them, but we don't really need them at the moment, and I'll get out like sun cream and make sure that's ready. I will stick a wash load on if I've got enough to be getting on with. I'll open all the curtains, all the windows, and I will make myself a coffee. And sometimes, depending on how quickly that's gone and how early I've woken up, I can sit and drink that coffee for 10 minutes. Or I will crack on and like sneak up, have a quick shower, come back down and start doing my makeup here, ready for them to descend on me. And then when they do, There's nothing urgently that needs doing. I'm already focusing on getting myself sorted, so I'm more available to make sure they're sorted without sacrificing my own self-care, so I'm not rushing out the door feeling rubbish about myself. I've had caffeine, which naturally makes me a better person. And it's just completely spun around my morning. Sometimes even wake up so early that if I've got time, I'll go out with like the dog on a really early morning walk. I've done that before at like 5 o'clock. And again, that's another thing. I can get some exercise in and steps in, and that makes me feel so good about myself, which kind of brings me on to my next point, which is this watch. Now, I've made a video about this before. If you're curious as to what model I have and what it's like, I will leave that video link down below. But this is my Apple Watch, and it holds me accountable so much for like my health. It's so motivating. I'm currently aiming to hit between 15,000 and 20,000 steps a day, which I do. I regularly hit 20 actually now because I'm aware of it. And I'll keep pushing myself. So if there's an option to walk or drive, I will walk. If I want to like get out and do some extra steps, I'll go and walk the dog again. And walking and getting outside and staying active does wonders for me. Absolute wonders. Like walking my dog is one of my favorite things to do to calm my mind. Sometimes I won't even listen to any music or a podcast. I would just talk to him, enjoy the sounds of like birds tweeting and the rustle of the trees in the wind and things like that. It sounds twee, but it does wonders for me. And I think that we can get very caught up in like our children's routines and rushing around and doing things for them, but like when do we actually get a sense of peace? Because it then becomes that battle of, do I go to bed early because I'm tired and I just need some peace and some time for myself, or do I stay up late because I haven't been able to be myself yet? Like I haven't been able to adult yet. I haven't been able to do things for me yet. So I've been really working on like making sure that I do stay active or take opportunities throughout my day just to get my body moving a bit more, take my mind away from a situation a bit more. And it does seem to be working, which is a complete blessing really, because I need that for me. I really do need to start focusing on time for myself, and it makes a really big difference. Now, the next few things I want to talk about are products and just things that I really enjoy at the moment and really help me to feel like the best version of myself. And the first thing that I'm going to talk about is this. Now, I do things a bit differently than most, and I'm aware that my mirror needs clean, but look at this is my filming setup. It's my ring light. There's you see my dog having a snooze on the floor there. But this is a portable mirror. And unlike most people, I don't do my mirror at a dressing table upstairs. There are a few reasons for this. The main one is that I prefer to be, well no, actually this is the main reason. I prefer to be in the thick of it with my children all the time, because then I find that I'm being distracted less. So if I go upstairs and do my makeup like I used to in my bedroom, I would have to wait to do my makeup until they were all upstairs with me. So in terms of utilising my time the best way, that is not it. So what I do now is that when they're eating breakfast, I am in the room with them. I set up my mirror and my makeup on the island here. I can get ready while I'm supervising them eating. I can get ready while I'm keeping an eye on the clock. I can get ready and quickly help someone with like putting their shoes on, or I can help and do somebody's hair or let the dog out for a wee, anything like that. And if I forget something, I'm right in the thick of our like family hub, which is this big room. And it's just game changing in terms of being able to multitask. Like, it's all well and good having a dressing table and all your stuff in one place, but realistically, I used to just get crowded with children and then I would have to get up and go somewhere else to help do something, whereas now I don't feel like I need to do that because it's just a lot more fluid. Now, I've had one of these for ages, but recently my old one, the actual mirror part fell out of it and smashed on the floor, so obviously I needed to replace it. This is from Amazon. So it has a little mirror here which is amplified like zooms in a bit on your eyes, so if you're doing like plucking your eyebrows, I did that this morning. It's so helpful. And then it has a little tray at the bottom, so you can put anything, like sometimes I put like my tweezers in there and like hair grips to push my hair out of the way when I'm getting ready and stuff. But what is great about this one is that you can put batteries in it, or you can use a USB charger and it lights up. So I have a pop-up socket here on our island, so I'm going to do this real time. I've plugged it in, it lights up. So then I get an even closer look at my makeup. I can see where, like, you know, maybe I need to blend a bit more or something like that, or I've got a stray hair on my eyebrow out of place. And it's just fantastic. And I think it was about £14, something like that. And I love it. Daisy loves it as well, because she always thinks that, like, when I'm doing her hair, she like looks in the mirror and she's like, oh, this is so cool. But it's great. It's small and versatile, so I keep it in this cupboard down here with all my makeup in a big makeup bag. I keep hairspray, a brush, like hair products like bobbles and stuff, and it's just so convenient. I cannot tell you how much more time it gives me in the morning, and I love that thing. But my hair is just such a big part of like my identity, I think, like, and I think it is for a lot of women. Like, it's part of how I see myself, and I have like a certain like hairstyle that is like Charlotte, and if I don't look like that, I don't feel right. Now, I like to have these kind of loose waves in my hair. I much prefer it than like being straight. I always have done. And there are a few products that I absolutely love. The first one, and they achieve a similar effect, is this. This is like a heatless curler, basically. This is an Eternal Muse one. That's the one I use. There are loads available. You can even get them on Amazon if you want to. And it's just one of these, and basically and I've shared this before, you pop it on your head and you clip one side, and then you take a piece of hair and you wrap it around, and then when you join up with your hair again, you get another piece of hair to join with it, so it's a little bit bigger than before, and you wrap it round, and you get another piece of hair and join that on, and then you wrap it round, and you continue this until all your hair is in. And then you secure it with one of the scrunchies that comes with. You do both sides. I like to curl it back and tie them together, and then you basically sleep on it, or you can leave it in all day if you're not doing anything. And I use it on slightly damp hair, and I wake up in the morning, my hair's done. Like, I brush my hair, I spray it with this, which is another, just like, it's a golden oldie, but I love it. The L'Oreal Elnet Stronghold Shine for dull hair hairspray. I love these. I buy them generally when they're on offer at Boots. Boots will do like an offer like 2 for £7 or something like that. And it's just my go-to. It's the only hairspray I would use. Now, if I forget to put it in, or I want to touch up curls, or maybe I'm going out and I've left my hair air drying all day, another thing I will use is like a curling tong. And I thought I would share this one. So it's a Babyliss one. I'll put the exact model in the description box below. But this is a slightly chunkier barrel that you'll see. And it's a very similar size to this. Now, I used to use one that was slightly smaller and gave me tighter curls, but I actually really prefer this kind of, you know, like just kind of loose, relaxed wave. It almost looks a bit like that's what my hair is actually like, but we all know it's not. And I really recommend this one. I think I bought it via ASOS or something like that. It was in sale. But this is fantastic, so I definitely recommend that as well. And, you know, I'm not saying that you need to curl your hair every day to look good. It's not about that. It's just about finding those tricks and tips to make you feel like the best version of you for yourself, not for anyone else. Like, what makes you feel good? Try and find a way of making sure that happens for you every day. The next 2 things I want to talk about are just things that sort of set the scene for me, and they might sound a bit simple or twee, but they make me really happy. The first are flowers. I go to Aldi every week and I buy myself a bunch of flowers, and they're about anywhere from like £2.89 to £3.99, which is nothing at all really. And I love bringing a bunch of fresh flowers home and putting them in a vase and like looking at them. I love being out in my garden now as well, you probably have noticed, and just being around like nature, having flowers around me, fresh air, all of that stuff makes me happy. So I'm really keen to incorporate that in any way that I can into my house or my like lifestyle, because it really works for me. And I feel like a lot of people will treat themselves to a bottle of wine, which is a similar price if not more, to be honest. So like, why not a bunch of flowers? Because they're beautiful and probably healthier for you than a bottle of wine too. But the other thing that had a similar effect are happy smells, and the lighting, like the whole kind of process of lighting a candle is so therapeutic to me. And they smell amazing. I really recommend the DW Home if you want an accessible range of candles. These are available in HomeSense or TK Maxx. I also love Yankee candles, that goes without saying, they're gorgeous, and they're often something that I put on my Christmas and birthday list because I just love them that much. And then also wax melts, like I'll leave a few suggestions of wax melts that I really enjoy down my description box as well. But having a home that smells nice and having like that flicker of a candle and things like that, it's just so calming to me. And I work at home as well, so having that atmosphere me is a really nice feeling and just makes me feel better. And then the final thing is not necessarily this itself, but reading. I've moved over to my Kindle at the moment because I'm trying to get it ready for going away on holiday, which we do in August. And also because I've run out of books, and I picked this up and charged it and thought, oh, I'll just get someone here because then I've got them to read. But reading for me is far more beneficial than telly will ever be. I've never really gotten into telly. For some reason, I just lose focus really quickly unless it's something that really floats my boat. I have to be in the mood, and particularly when the weather is nice outside, I'm rarely watching telly. I prefer to be outside and reading something or like doing something instead. But reading, just that chance to switch off and like enter somebody else's world, but not have to like just sort of zone out and stare at something. Like I feel like when I'm reading, my brain is focusing so much on what I'm reading that I'm not able to like start being nervous about something or getting anxious thoughts. Like I'm focused on this. One of the books that I'm reading at the moment, if you would like a recommendation, is One of the Girls by Lucy Clark. It's like a thriller, like a whodunit, and you're aware at the start of the book that something bad happens, but you don't know who it happens to, and you don't know who's responsible. And it's also centered around a Hendy, which I just found like, wow, what like a topic. Do you know what I mean? So that's really good. And then I've also got The Keeper of Stories by Sally Page and How to Kill Your Family by Bella Mackie ready to read as well. But yeah, that was my video. I hope it helped. Don't forget that you can use that discount code to get your own formulation of Skin and Meat if you would like to give it a go. I always love it when I get a discount code so you can benefit from something too, because it makes me happy. But yeah, thank you so much for watching and have a lovely rest of your day. Bye.